So I'm with one of the residents at this that's living in sheltered housing in the south of the island. I understand you represent majority of the people that's living here?
Yes, we've got 22 residents. Unfortunately, 4 away, but we do know that I would represent them as well, as 2 do know about what's happening. So yes, I will be their spokesperson.
Right now, can you tell me what is happening? I know I came in, there were a number of residents that I spoke to, but what exactly is going on?
Well, we have been notified that our gas part of our rent is going up. We had a letter delivered on the 13th of December, which was dated the 9th, stating that it was going up at a set rate per week because they work on a weekly basis. They just sent out a newsletter saying that there was an increase in heating costs, and it was starting from the 1st of January 25, and it was going to be £61.37 per week with an increase of £29.80 per week. So, but that is all we've had. So I've been emailing them to try and find out exactly what figure we will be paying, and I got told that it was going to be £116 and a penny per month, which was to be added to the rent that we were paying at the time. Now, I asked, well, would this be on our January rent, which was due today the 6th? And they said no, it would be on our February one. So I thought, right, that's fine. But then I emailed again to the finance officer with figures asking for clarification, as we still hadn't had anything in writing. And he came back and said that it was the 116 added to what we were paying. So I assumed that we would then be paying £700 and... It's all right, I can't find it, here it is. £796.13 from February. And I didn't get any reply. So that was the 17th of December. So we didn't hear anything from then. Then on Saturday the 4th of January, a notice come into my bank account saying that there was going to be £811 going out of my bank. So I'm thinking, where's this figure come from? So, of course, can't do anything because it's a weekend. So this morning I've been to the commissioners, and they said, well, that's what it's going to be. I said, but we haven't had anything in writing. And I'm a bit peeved. And so, and I've been around all the residents to see if they'd at the weekend to see, and nobody'd heard anything. And the finance officer wasn't there. He's not in till Wednesday. And the other lady's going to be in later today, who I will go and see. But no, she said it was going to be on January. I said, well, we've had nothing in writing, like we should do.
Right, so you gave me a lot of information there, so let's unpack it slowly. So in December, everyone, actually before we go there, everyone that lives here, everyone here are pensioners?
Yes, we're all pensioners.
So basically that's your old and your vulnerable?
Yeah.
Right, so in December, everyone received this letter about the bills going up to £62 a week. What was the reaction like?
Well, everybody didn't like it because we don't use a great amount. We all only use probably 1 or 2 radiators. We have got hot water, but we don't have it 24 hours. It only on from 6:15 in the morning till about 10:30, 11:15 at night. So overnight there's no hot water, and there's no heating. So we've only got it for that space of time, yet we're still paying this considerable amount, which does not fluctuate during the year. It stays the same 24 24 months of the year.
And I understand you've been doing some reading up about what's been going on in other parts of the island in terms of sheltered housing. And I understand the residents here have also been quite vocal about what's going on in terms of the increase here, whereas there's a decrease elsewhere.
Yes, that's right. It actually didn't come to the fore until I actually saw that Ramsey, the Mayfield one, had one resident had said that they'd had been paying high, but theirs had been reduced. And it wasn't till then that, and we assumed that ours was not commercial. It wasn't until this letter come out, and then we found other emails with one of the commissioners. No, not MHKs. One of our MHKs. I got in touch with him, and he then got in touch with Cura and others, and I saw emails that had gone backwards and forwards, and he forwarded them on, that I found out that we were paying a commercial rate. But up until now, we didn't know that. Nobody's told us. So when you get told you're on this and then see that others are on half that, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I have been speaking to, emailing Juan Watterson, who I must say has been very helpful. And if anybody's ever got any problems, I would recommend him. Whereas I did notice in one of the emails that Michelle had been mentioned, but one of our residents had approached her but had got nowhere. So, no, I think Juan is our number one for anything we need to know.
So the residents would like to see a little bit more representation in terms of the people that lead them.
Yes, and especially this board, who is supposed to be we're above, what we're under, who we haven't got a clue who they are.
Are you? I think my last question on this December, the December period is. Yeah. In the letter, it says that they are having talks with Isle of Man Energy, and they have engaged Cura and I think the OFT. Are you and other residents a little bit hopeful that you're going to see a decrease?
We hope, but going by what Ramsey went through and said it was 6 months, we don't expect it to be in the next month or two. We are expecting it's going to be towards the end of the year that we will hear something. We hope it's a lot sooner, because they said it's supposed to have been doing it for the last couple of years, but we're not holding our breaths over it.
Now, speaking about the most recent issue that you noticed, where you've noticed an amount going out that you haven't been notified of, you only caught it because of your bank. I know you said you approached the commissioners about that and they haven't given it to you in writing yet, but you've already seen it go out today.
Yeah.
Were you prepared for that?
Not at the time. If the bank hadn't notified, no, we would have gone overdrawn, because it was a considerable amount more than we were envisaged. There was a little bit of money left over, but that still wasn't enough. I had to add more money in to cover it. And I'd already budgeted for what it was going to be, and my budget was well out.
And then looking forward, is it a bit more concerning for you as you look forward to the next following months?
Yes, because we're going to have to find this extra money from somewhere. And as I say, we only get pensions. Both my husband and I get our pensions, but they're not going to go up until April, and when they go up, they'll probably be just enough to cover the extra that we're paying out now.
And what's the feeling like from the other residents in terms of the financial stress?
I think it's the same. Everybody's up in arms over it. Nobody's happy. Some of them haven't looked this morning to see if this new amount's gone out, or whether it's just mine at the moment, but I did see a list that the woman over in the housing office had got in her hand this morning, and it looked like everybody would be paying the same amount. But some people pay calendar monthly, some people pay weekly, some people pay 4 weekly. So everybody is slightly different. So it's going to be a bit up and down as to who knows what they're going to be paying. and then trying to budget for that. Because, you know, as I said, we're all on a fixed amount what comes in. You can't budget extra money out of, like if we were working a few hours extra. You just can't do that. So, go on.
What would the residents here like to see being done?
An improvement, getting this sorted, whether we would get any refunds, which I doubt we will, but I just want it get sorted so that know exactly where we stand and what we will be paying, and to have it in writing it's in our tenancy that they're supposed to give us a month's notice. And also, if you do it by direct debit, you get the slip that says they should give you 10 days' notice. Well, they haven't done that at all. So I could easily go to the bank and get that money back, but then I'd be in arrears. So I'm snookered.
Why is it, I know they've explained this in the letter, but why is it that the pensioners here are seeing their gas bills go higher?
Because we're classed as commercial. Yet we can't carry on a business here. So how can we be commercial? We're private accommodation, even though it's under the sheltered board. But in our tenancy agreement, it says you cannot carry on a business. So if we were a business, well, yes, you could be classed as commercial, but we're not. So why has the gas board not looked at all of them? If Ramsey have had this problem and they've got it sorted, why hasn't Manx Gas looked and said, oh, there's more sheltered housing, there's going to be in Peel, what's Peel doing? You know, I don't know where else there are any, because I only know of ours, and then there was Mayfield. But, you know, why haven't the gas board just looked at it and thought, oh, right, let's get this right? But no, they want more money.
Does this show then that there's a lack of regulation, or there's a need for regulations in place?
There needs a regulation. I think Cura is the body that's trying to do that. I hadn't heard of them before. It was only due to an email I received from an MHK that helped put a few more pictures in and explained a bit more who's involved. But an OFT, Office for Fair Trading, as well. But no, there should be a regulation that, you know, it gets it right. And toot sweet, quick, because this is just ridiculous.
Right, and you talking on behalf of 22 others, what is your message, everybody's message to the commissioners? Sorry, not to the commissioners, to the housing board.
To get this sorted as ASAP. They've been on it long enough. It now should be sorted, because just getting a notice 2 days that your money's going up over £130 odd, and you've got to find that. It's not on. It's not on.
Right. So, you know, when you look at your letter, it says that you're going to be charged at a rate of 17.134p per kilowatt. The news towards the end of the year was that residents were going to see a reduction of 9.76p per kilowatt, I think. You know, when you look at those figures, when you hear those figures, what goes through your mind?
It's ridiculous. Why should we be paying all that much more, which is nearly double? Why in, you know, these properties should we be paying that? I just don't comprehend how they can quantify that.
And if you look at the timing that you guys got the letter in, it was in December. It was when everyone was kind of getting in the mood, the Christmas mood and gearing up for that.
Yeah, and then you suddenly get that and told that it's going to be in January. It starts the 1st of January, and so you think, oh, but then when you ask them, they say, oh no, it's going to be in your February payment, which you think, oh right, that's fine, we've got a month to get prepared. And then suddenly 2 days, as I say, 2 days before, you get this exorbitant amount going out, and there's nothing you can do about it. You can't cancel the direct debit, because I did try, and you're snookered. You've got to actually make sure there's enough money to cover it, otherwise you're overdrawn. It's just, well, I was seething.
Thank you for making it to the end of the Manx Radio newscast. You are obviously someone with exquisite taste. May I politely suggest you might want to subscribe to this and a wide range of Manx Radio podcasts at your favourite podcast provider, so our best bits will magically appear on your smartphone. Thank you.